Welcome to day 3 of 2025-2026 Vlogmas. I'm really excited to share with you today a little bit of insight on sugar flowers. Now, many of you know, and in the wedding cake world, they do know that I am a sugar flower artist, and I will not put any fresh flowers on any of my wedding cakes. I don't believe fresh flowers belong in the wedding cakes. I think that sugar flowers and wafer paper flowers are the appropriate flower to use for the cakes because fresh flowers often come from florists, and the florists don't understand what the food, they don't have food safety in mind. They're florists. Their flowers are they're beautiful, and their main goal is to keep the flowers fresh and ready for the wedding and to last for several hours. Now, I'm working on a particular flower right now, and it's not actually a flower that is replicated from a real life flower. This is called a fantasy peony. And I was inspired by this by Maggie Austin, and I will tell you about Maggie Austin. She is my ultimate sugar flower idol in the cake world. This particular one, I'm not finished with it. I have 2 more rows to put on, and then I have some individual petals that I'm going to put on last to really give it some depth. Now, as you can see, I'm going to show you up close. There's a lot of white in there. That to get this lacy look, you would really need to use a lot of cornstarch on your fingers to prevent the gum paste from tearing when you're pulling at it. So I will give you an up close look at it. Oops, there we go. And you can see the white. This is supposed to be a darker, deeper red. The gum paste itself is that color. It is a deeper red, and not quite like this red, but because I used a lot of cornstarch to make sure that there weren't too many tears in the gum paste. So what I'm going to do when I'm completely finished the flower, and then I'm going to get my red petal dust, and then I'm going to use the petal dust to brighten the color and bring into a more deeper red. And then once I do that, and then I'll steam it. And the steaming will help set the color in, and it actually brings the color out to make it more vivid also. So this is going to be a focal flower on the wedding cake. It's going to be larger, and I'm just going to be putting a few smaller flowers around it. And then the rest is going to be textural designs on the cake. Now, it's really interesting how you can create a beautiful sugar flower, and it doesn't have to be based off of a realistic flower. It can be something that kind of gives it just a unique look. And this is one of those that looks like that. It's a very lacy look, and a lot of these tears are actually meant on purpose. Now, I didn't want all of it to tear, obviously, but adding tears into it gives it character, gives it a more lacy look, and will look absolutely beautiful on the cake. I'm looking around because I actually have another one similar to that on my cake dummies that I made up for another cake. I don't see it. It's probably packaged away. And a flower like this, once all of the other petals are put onto it and you put it onto the cake, it actually creates this really beautiful focal flower. And when you are having a focal flower on your wedding cake, you don't want other large flowers around it. If you're looking for just one focal flower, then you create smaller flowers that complement it. Something like this, because you are thinning it out very, very thin, and you are pulling at it to get this lacy look. It's very, very delicate. One of the beauties of sugar flowers, and especially a fantasy sugar flower like this, is it doesn't have to be exact, and it doesn't have to look like something out in nature. It's organic. It can be something completely different. So don't be afraid when you're making flowers that are super thin like this and that pieces break off, then it's just part of the beauty of the flower. All right, and again, this was inspired by Maggie Austin. I love her work, and she is my most favorite sugar flower artist out there who I get a lot of inspiration from. Okay, now just as a hint to if you are running low on time when you are working on a wedding cake and you don't have a lot of time to work on sugar flowers, which I'm actually in that position right now because I'm working on a cake for Sunday. I recorded this a few days before Thanksgiving, and I have a wedding cake that's coming up on Sunday. And I don't have a lot of time to create all the sugar flowers. So I do make a lot of flowers ahead of time, and I have bins that I put them in, and I will cushion them and put them in bins with some moisture absorbing so they don't get wet. And I can always go through them. So I can always look back, look into my bins, see if there's anything there that I can add to the cake that will be part of the theme of the cake that would blend in nicely. And then I'll use them also. So you don't have to make everything all at the same time. When you have downtime is the greatest time to make a bunch of flowers that are pretty popular, but maybe just in white. And then you can always color dust them. You can always make them into the color that they would be looking for. And red roses are popular. When you are slow in your wedding business, you can make a whole bunch of red roses, even buds. Make smaller ones. This way you can use them as filler flowers also, and especially the buds. So there's a lot of ways to incorporate flowers into your wedding cakes and not have to feel frantic at the last minute trying to create everything at once. So that is all I have today. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit today about sugar flowers and wafer paper flowers and how I do not use fresh flowers on my wedding cakes and why. I actually have a blog on my website talking in depth about the different sugar flowers and wafer paper flowers and why I do not use fresh flowers on my wedding cakes. So I will put the link in the comments below on the blog so you can read it. And also I didn't mention in the other two videos, however I put it at the end, please subscribe to my YouTube channel because 2026 is the year that I'm really going to focus on teaching luxury wedding cake design, sugar flowers and wafer paper flowers and textural designs to upgrade wedding cakes and make them more refined. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would love to see you come back again and again and learning new tips and techniques. I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.